confraternity Purificazione Sant'Ignazio was founded in 1719 in Ruvo di Puglia by a tireless Jesuit preacher, Domenico Bruno from Baris College. The Jesuits founded in St. Carl's Church, a congregation formed by peasantries. 2 years from the foundation, in 1721, the congregation moved in a bigger location, Santa Maria di San Luca Church. Furthermore, the confraternity practices a particular devotion for the grieved Virgin recommendation of the same Jesuit father. At the beginning of 1900, the scenario of the procession was completed and became like we know it nowadays. This confraternity, since 1922, concludes Easter with Gesù risorto procession.
The procession of Madonna della Passione, better known by Ruvo's population as La Desolata, started in 1892. The half-bust mannequin came from Neapolitan school, proved by the black silk dress totally embroidered with floral golden motif, the wood cross with trilby, with arms embroidered with brass. 14 years later, the prior Nasti observed the necessity of launching restoration works on the statue of Desolata. The simulacrum is composed by an half-bust mannequin that has adjustable arms, and the head and hands are in papier-mâché polychromed. The cross earlier was replaced with the actual one in iron covered with pieces of cork. Desolata is represented standing alone at the foot of the cross without Christ. She has the imploring gaze aimed to the sky. Moreover, she wears a cotton bustier, skirt and petticoat and black voile in lace. This scene is the following one to the deposition and the burial of Christ. In the afternoon on Good Friday, people who take part in it begin to flow to the church of San Domenico. In the meanwhile, the band meets in the Piazza dell'Orologio, where they perform the first funeral march. At the exit of the simulacrum, Ruvo's population sings the song Preghiera alla Vergine Maria. According to a tradition, the entire procession is accompanied by rushes of wind, and for this reason, Ruvo's population has named Desolata with the epithet Maduona do Wind. The worship of the saint from Montpellier caught on and then developed in our territories thanks to the Serenissima Repubblica in Venezia at the beginning of the year 500 AD. In particular, the worship extended to Ruvo di Puglia when Saint Rocco, during a terrible pestilence, appeared dressed like a wayfarer to the prime magistrate and to the archbishop when they urging not to abandon the town, and they encouraged the community to pray. Thanks to this intercession, the plague ended. Ruvo's people, deeply grateful, erected a church in the name of Saint Rocco. In the same year, the congregation arose.
The confraternity of Saint Rocco, the oldest and still active, has been the last one to provide simulacrum. The confraternity's will to own simulacrum, able to impress Ruvo's people once the statue appeared in procession, led to the commission of a simulacrum that represents the Christ's transport to the sepulchre. Another purpose of this commission concerned especially the financial profit in favor of the confraternity. The statue was realized by Raffaele Carretta with the use of the papier-mâché to land drum on pane. In 1920, the definitive version of the simulacrum arrived in Ruvo. However, the confraternity added some character to the sepulchrum group, but then the simulacrum transformed into the actual one. On 17th of April of 1920, the simulacrum came out of the church for the first time, and the atmosphere full of pathos and suggestion that accompanies the procession of Otto Santi made the statue become the symbol of Ruvo's Holy Week. The sculpture group is defined Otto Santi because the characters involved are 8: Nicodemo and Giuseppe d'Arimatea that transport Jesus, Saint John that holds the sheet, Virgin Mary pale and sorrowful with a crown of thorns. Next to her there are Maria di Cleofa, Maria di Magdala and Maria di Salome. The statue has been restored several times. Maria Santissima del Carmelo Confraternity was established in 1604 by some ecclesiastic and citizen. In a short while, the congregation became the richest and the most influential of Ruvo's diocese and conducted fundamental role of social control. The confraternity became a reference point for the observance of worship and conduct imposed by the Church. The oldest and the most impressive procession in Ruvo during the Holy Week is the one of Misteri. This procession has got a particular charm from the very start. In the afternoon of Holy Friday, a brief processional parade of drum and bass drum takes place. The Cristo Morto statue is taken from Maria Santissima del Carmelo's church to the cathedral. After a mass, the statue is taken back to Maria Santissima del Carmelo's church to parade in procession of Misteri.
In the church of San Cleto operated a confraternity named after first bishop of Ruvo and third pope. The evident proof of its existence is given by a triptych of Virgin with her child, symbol of ancient confraternity's cult. In the same year of the foundation, the Bishop Galesio aggregates Ruvo's confraternity to the Roman Archconfraternity del Suffragio, while the Edict of 12 March 1679 encouraged men and women to take part of the confraternity.
On Holy Saturday, through Ruvo street parades the splendid statue of Maria Santissima della Pietà. Seated on a rock, she has on her knees the dead body of her son just deposed. She seems to be questioning herself on why of so much pain. The statue has been realized at the end of 800 by a master Giuseppe Manzo from Lecce. The procession that starts from the Church of Purgatory in the late afternoon is organized by a confraternity of Maria Santissima del Suffragio. Some time ago, the Mercy used to parade during the early afternoon. However, they re-established the ancient custom in nocturnal. The procession of Mercy is suggestive, is announced by beat of bass drum and roll of drums. After the bass drum, start the theory of the devoted and the sister. This procession concludes Holy Week.
The procession of Gesù Risorto was introduced in 1922 by the prior Michele Lovino. The simulacrum is dressed with a purple drape. The procession starts on Holy Saturday at midday and it lasts until evening. Then, in 1952, the statue was substituted with a new one because of the decorum. The procession is preceded by a parade of children that shake tricolor flags, and sumptuous colorful skilled blankets are hung on balconies. To celebrate, people throw flowers and confetti. The band that closes the parade plays merry marches and military composition. Meanwhile, people meet where quarantane are hung to attend a show, the explosion of these puppets when Gesù Risorto arrives. The simulacrum returns at St. Domenico's Church, where at midday Mass is celebrated.
One of the symbolical characters in the period of Easter is the Quarantana, a puppet with a feature of an old lady dressed in black, hanged to crossroad of the principal street of Ruvo di Puglia, starting at midnight on Fat Tuesday. È morto carnaval e non si chiange più. This phrase symbolizes the end of a year of bitterness that will say the step to a new vital cycle.
È morto carnaval e non si chiange più. This phrase symbolized the end of a year of bitterness that will see the step to a new vital cycle. The Quarantana and all the rites clearly derive from pagan tradition. The Quarantana, symbol of penance, is decorated with a lot of objects that have a meaning. The spindle represents the prompt female work and the time passing. The pomegranate, symbol of rebirth, has been replaced with an orange. This fruit symbolized the winter going away, in which 7 chicken feathers are stuck as many as Lent's week. At the end, the puppet explodes and burns.
Easter Monday is a special day linked to a rite of a classical trip to the countryside. It is the day in which they venerated Holy Virgin of Annunziata and the people go to Calentano. In the booth rises a shrine in which is conserved a sculpture group that represents the Arcangelo Gabriele's message to Maria. It is brought during this procession, increasing the relationship among Ruvo's population, the ground and manual work. We advise to Ruvo's population to live as protagonists in the last deed of beautiful period for our community.